So, hey, how are you? Um, so one of the things that I want to talk about today is why I think men should really pay attention, and I think that they should delve a little bit deeper into um, some issues that may have occurred when they were younger. This obviously is not for every man, and it is not for gay men exclusively. This is for all men that may have unknowingly become the victim of a predator, a sexual predator. We know that there are a lot of them in our neighborhoods. There are a lot of them in our clergy. There are a lot of them in our families. And a lot of times we, as a people, don't want to admit this until something happens. The reason why I think it's important for men to talk about this is because we don't deal with our emotions as easily as women. We're not programmed that way. We're programmed to be leaders. We're programmed to be protectors. We're programmed to be fathers, brothers, uncles, but we are never taught to be a victim. In our culture, that is considered a sign of weakness. Um, I know that there are some churches that are now starting to take into consideration what the role of a man really is and what we need to do to protect ourselves. But for men like me that are of a certain age, it's a little challenging for us to deal with what has taken place, especially if we've tucked it into a box and taken that box and put it all the way in the back of our mind so that we don't have to deal with it, not knowing that it rears its ugly head throughout various times in our lives, such as maybe we drink too much, maybe we get the crying drunks after we've consumed too much alcohol, maybe we hide how we feel by taking in too many street drugs, or maybe we just indulge in sex too much, with multiple partners, or with multiple partners and we have one significant partner. It happens. And what we need to do is address not so much what has taken place, um, meaning the actions that we've perpetrated, but we need to take into consideration maybe why we're behaving the way we are is because of something that occurred years ago, maybe when we were 5, 6, or 7. For me, I was 6 years old when I encountered molestation for the very first time, but it changed me, and it changed me in such a way that um, I had no idea how it changed me. And so it changed my perspective about sex. It changed um, how I viewed potential partners. And I really didn't meet the person that I was destined to be with until I was about in my mid 40s. Now, that's not to say that I haven't been in relationships that weren't fruitful. I was in one out of the multitude of relationships that I've been in. I've been in a total of five, including the present one. But in each relationship, I found out what I did and did not want. I found out what I was willing to put up with and what I was not willing to put up with. I dealt with a partner who didn't really want a relationship. He just wanted a buddy to do some things with that I won't go into. Um, a second partner I had, one where he had to be the center of attention um, constantly. And then when he got bored with me, he just decided he was going to have any relationship he wanted to outside of our relationship, which isn't what I bet I placed all my chips on. And then we have a relationship that was actually pretty cool. We were good, but he had no idea that I had been a victim, and at that point, I had no idea either. I had no idea that what occurred in the past shaped me currently. Um, So I guess the reason why it's important for men to talk about this, straight and gay, is to determine if anything happened to you, and if if anything happened to you, is it something that you um, dealt with, or are you just dealing with the after effects of what took place? Um, and it could be male and female, male male, female male. It male male. It doesn't matter. The matter what happened to you is something that should never have happened. And if you haven't already, the first thing that I'm going to encourage you to do is to deal with that by maybe consulting or confiding in somebody that you trust, and then maybe getting some additional help if it's needed. Um, I have never gotten that help, but I also have a very good support system. I have people in my church. I'm grateful. I'm just grateful for the people that are in my life that help me deal with this. That's not saying that I don't need any additional help, but I think the reason why men need to talk about this is because um, if you don't deal with this, you're going to still be in that circle of drinking too much, maybe having sex too much, maybe um, uh, you know drugging too much. It's one of those things that at least it's something that you may want to consider. Um, if you're not having anything like this in your life, kudos to you. Um, but this is for the guys that are still hurting right now. These are for heterosexual and straight men that are still hurting, and maybe you don't understand or even know that you're still hurting. So this is for you. This is not for people that have successfully overcome what's been going on with them for years. This is just for the guys that are still hurting right now. Maybe you need to explore what happened to you, if this pertains to, or this is something that occurred with men in general, for you guys that have been the victims of molestation or sexual abuse. My name is Jerome Whitehead. Please like and subscribe to my channel to hear additional messages that I have to give you. Most of my messages are not more than 10 minutes in length, but they're worthy 10 minutes that I hope that you just take into consideration. Um, like and subscribe to my channel. Um, if you have been the victim of molestation and you've been groomed and you feel that something has occurred, you can actually reach out to the organization RAIN, which stands for Rape and Incest Abuse Network, National Network. Um, and that's it for the day. Take care. Have a blessed day. And I hope to talk to you or hear from you soon. Take care.